Hey guys, it's Coach Abby from Thrive Fitness. Today I want to take a little time to talk about unilateral training, what it actually is, and why it's such an important piece of training, especially if you've dealt with lower back pain or just want to build strength without constantly beating your body up. Unilateral training simply means we're asking one side of the body to do more work. It doesn't always mean fully single leg. Sometimes it's just shifting the load slightly to one side so that we can expose asymmetries, clean up movement, and build strength where we actually need it. A big reason unilateral work is valuable for people with low back pain is that it reduces spinal loading while increasing muscular demand. When we go heavy with a bilateral squat or a straight bar deadlift, the spine becomes the limiting factor. Not because the legs aren't strong, but because the back is taking a ton of compressive and shear stress. Unilateral work flips that script. We can load the legs hard, challenge stability, and train the hips without constantly stacking load on the spine. That means we get stronger where it matters. The glutes, the hamstrings, the adductors, while the back gets to stay more neutral in a controlled position. One of my favorite examples is the B stance trap bar deadlift. This is a staggered stance hinge where about 70 to 80% of the work is done by the front leg, while the back foot acts like a kickstand for balance. So in this movement, you get into position, your front leg, right, is flat on the ground, that back heel is slightly lifted up. You're gonna grab a hold of the bar. I like the trap bar because the weight stays in the center of mass a little bit more easily than the straight bar deadlift. So you go down, you get into that hinge position, right? You drive up, squeeze your glutes at the top, and then come back down. Over time, what we see is better control, better hip control, better core engagement, improved asymmetry between sides, and most importantly, fewer flare-ups and low back injuries. So from a strength perspective, this is still real strength training. We're loading the hinge pattern, we're progressing in weight over time, and we're building transferable strength that carries over to squats, deadlifts, and running and everyday movement essentially, right? It's not a regression, it's about training smarter. And what we see over time is better hip control, better core engagement, improved symmetry between sides, and more importantly, fewer flare-ups in the low back. So the goal isn't to avoid heavy lifts forever. It's to earn them by building a body that can handle them. That's why unilateral movements like the B stance trap bar deadlift are a staple in our programming. They allow us to train hard, train smart, and keep progressing without sacrificing longevity.